Mistake has 6 letters. Morgana has 7 letters. Fedoro has 6 letters. Blossom, back to 7 letters. Kimmy only has 4 letters, but Goggles has 7. Add them all up and you get 37. The last episode was 24. 37 minus 24 equals 13, an unlucky number. Coincidence? I think not. Let's dig deeper. The previous episode was 28 minutes and 47 seconds long. 47 minus 28 equals 19. 19 minus 13 equals 6. Do you know what word has 6 letters? Remote has 6 letters. What button is on a TV remote? Mute. So MunchingOrange has become mute and cannot speak, therefore he did not speak in the previous episode. But how did MunchingOrange become mute? I'm glad you asked. The previous episode again was uploaded on August 19th of 2015. 8/19/15. Add those 3 numbers up and you get 42. 4 minus 2 equals 2. There are 2 2s that make up the number 4. There are 4 eggs in 1/3 of a carton of eggs. 1/3 can be written as 1/3, containing the numbers 1 and 3. 1 eye, 3 sides. In conclusion, MunchingOrange has joined the Illuminati, but in order to do so, he had to give up his voice, just like Ariel in The Little Mermaid. And what is MunchingOrange's name in real life? Ariel. Coincidence? I think not. Wait a second, I'm talking right now. How the heck did I become mute? Who the heck came up with this conspiracy theory? Oh, it was freaking Toad. Should have seen it coming. What's up everyone and welcome to another non-conspiracy theory filled episode of Pokémon Insurgence. Last time we went into the library here in Miara Town and oh my gosh, I always get so distracted by these Swellow, but they just look so awesome. Anyway, we found out the prophecy, and apparently one of our rivals is going to turn on us, either Damien or Nora, and I'm leaning a little bit more towards Nora, so if you missed the last episode, go and check it out, because it was pretty intense. We also took on this like Oracle dude. It was pretty scary, and he had a Mega Bayonet, so from now on, I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna start getting a lot tougher, but thankfully, we've got a new team member, which we also caught in the last episode, and that is Goggles. We didn't really catch it last time, but I added it onto the team, and you can see it's got the Flygonite, which makes it a Bug and Dragon type. Overall, the new Goggles, new and improved with Mega Evolution, pretty awesome. I'm enjoying it. So we're going to be training up Goggles a little bit more today as we head onwards to who knows where. I think down south. Yeah, there was a dude fighting with a Poochyena and a Zigzagoon here. I know, seems kind of lame that that's what they were fighting with, but now they're gone, so we can move on south. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but there is a spiffy little scarf following me around, and I just love it. That's right, the scarf is finally back, and better than ever, because if we go into the bag here and put on the orange shirt, which you may notice has a little icon there. It looks a little bit different. I actually custom made this. Yep, I finally did it. I couldn't resist it any longer. I know for this whole playthrough I wanted to use the custom graphics, and I guess we still are, so it's kind of cool that you can download this now without replacing the actual trainer sprite. Even though I think it might be a little bit harder, but I did not mean to go in Pokegear. I meant to go in the trainer's card. There it is. The scarf is back. Though I was kind of lazy and didn't put it on the back sprite, so when we get into a battle, you will see it's not actually there, but hopefully by the next episode, it will be there. Anyway, if you guys are excited for the return of the scarf and our journey through Route 8, apparently, make sure to leave a like. I would really appreciate it. But without further ado, without any more conspiracy theories, we're gonna go ahead and begin exploring this place, and already we got a junkyard. Quite literally, this reminds me a little bit of the dump back in Pokemon Uranium. Maybe that's what this is, because we're right outside of no wait, we're not outside of a big city, we're outside of a small town actually. Miara Town is pretty dang small, but I guess we're close to Helio City. I also am not sure what this place is. There's just a bunch of garbage cans, and I don't know if I have a repel up, but by the looks of things we do, nope, never mind. We just didn't run into a wild Pokemon that entire time, and whoa! Look at this backdrop. Oh, I've just realized something. This is the nighttime backdrop. And yeah, by the way, I updated the graphics. I changed it up a little bit. I spiced it up because I don't know, I really like the original look of this game, but I just wanted to spice it up a little bit since this is kind of a new season, and it's been a little while since the last episode anyway, but I'm planning on finally kickstarting this series and start uploading it at least every other day instead of, you know, once a week, which I've been doing for the last few weeks, and I'm sorry about that, but I really do want to upload this series some more, so I decided to spice things up and make it a little bit, I guess just spiced up. That's about the best words I can come up with for it. But I'm also going to start training up Kimmy a little bit because she is our newest team member and I really haven't used her too much just yet. But the battle background there, you may notice it was nighttime and it's daytime in the game. That is because there's actually a setting in the game and I just realized I don't have any healing items, so I probably should have bought some. Oh well, let's just spray a repel and hope that we don't run into anything too bad. Ooh, we could also put the EXP share on Kimmy, so let me see if I can find that somewhere in here. There it is. We also have Lucky Egg, but I'm going to go with the EXP share. We'll actually train up Mistake because I haven't been using Mistake all that much. Whoa, excuse me, in the last few battles. But in the options I was about to mention, there is an option for constant daytime. So if I turn this off, it would be nighttime. That's why I guess in the battle scene it's still nighttime, but in the overworld it's daytime. Anyway, this dude's been searching ages for something. I wish I knew what to look for. Oh, I guess he was also looking for a battle because here we go, battling Juggler Philip. So that's kind of weird because I just put on constant daytime mode so that, you know, because I usually record at nighttime, but I don't really like playing Pokemon at nighttime because all the sprites in the overworld and stuff look kind of dark and I don't know, it feels kind of weird to me. I prefer the way that things look at the daytime, so it's still cool because at least the battle scenes will be nighttime, so we get to see a little bit of nighttime, so that way you'll actually know if I'm recording at day or night. And if I'm ever recording during the day, guys, it's a big no-no, so make sure to tell me in the comments that, you know, I'm doing a bad thing, because usually when I record during the daytime, it just doesn't go well. I tend to forget a lot more things, maybe because I just woke up. And that's why I was never really, I feel like school was always kind of dumb, because at least for myself, I am way more of an active person at nighttime. Like, I tend to react better, and I think I'm just a little bit better of a person at nighttime in general. So I don't know, I always found school kind of dumb because they kind of force you to go early, whereas I'm kind of a night owl, so I think if I would have done school at nighttime, I would have done much better personally. But then again, maybe that's just an excuse because I'm lazy and don't like waking up early. But I guess now that battle scene will be able to tell you guys whether I'm recording while it's daytime or nighttime, even though it's not even that late right now, but I guess it's late enough for the game to go into night mode. But we got an item over here. It's an Ultra Ball, and yeah, this is the game I was thinking of. See, I've been playing Ethereal Gates as well, and it threw me off because there are some items that aren't in their actual Pokeball. Usually, like, you know, usually items are just in Pokeballs, like in the overworld, but they can be any item. And that kind of threw me off because I know this game actually uses a little custom sprite for every single item. Like, if you find a Paralyzed Heal out in the wild, it's actually going to look like a Paralyzed Heal instead of just looking like a Pokeball. And yeah, that threw me off because I saw an Ultra Ball and it was actually an Ultra Ball, but I didn't want to say it was because it could have just been like a rare item that's just randomly in an Ultra Ball to show rarity of items, though. I still think that's kind of a cool idea, like how TM's Pokeballs are yellow now in the newer games. I think that's a really cool idea, but I think they should do it a little bit more than just for TMs. Like, if it's a really rare item, they should change the Pokeball to be like a different color or something, but I don't know. That's just me throwing out my random ideas out there. Anyway, this guy is going out for a Vespiquen next, or Vespiquen. I've never really known how to say that. Vespiquen. Let's go with Quen, because Quinn is my favorite league champion, and that's the only reason why I'm gonna go with Quen, because it sounds like Quinn, but I just don't get why it's not just Queen. Why couldn't it be Vespiquen? It feels like it might have been like back in the day when Victory Bell was made. They couldn't fit Victory Bell with 2 L, so they just named it Victory Bell with 1 L. I think because there was actually a limit to how many letters you could have in a Pokemon's name, but now that Exist isn't really around anymore, so maybe they were just trying to be edgy and like, hey, we're gonna have 1 E and R, Queen. I'm looking right now. Yeah, there we go. I knew I must have had some kind of item that healed paralysis, or sorry, poison, not paralysis. That would be a little bit of a different story. I'm finally out of school and I'm ready to kick some butt. Get ready to face my Hariyama. Hey, that's kind of funny because this video should be coming out around the time when people are getting out of school, at least the first time it's out. Oh my gosh, that kid totally had a red scarf around his head. Maybe this kid watches my videos. He just got out of school and he's watching my video right now, and that's why he was ready to go. He was ready for the battling of his lifetime. But you know what I just thought of is I can probably steal that scarf there and actually use it for the back sprite of my trainer character, and I might just do that. And by steal, I mean that's actually an original Pokemon sprite, so I guess it's not really stealing, but I'm gonna call it stealing anyway, because I could make a custom sprite for the back one, for the scarf I mean, but I don't know, man. I'm a little bit lazy. I don't know if you guys have noticed that about me, but I'm just a tad bit lazy, usually waking up at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and that's about my life story. Just wake up at 2 and that's it. My whole life is over. That's the only thing that I have to say. But over down here, it looks like, what the... Well, not only do we have a sleeping Snorlax, but we got a house to check out. You always should examine every nook and cranny of a new area. You never know what you might find. For example, by looking under Celine City, I saw a rundown tower chock full of rare Pokemon. Celine City, I don't think we've actually been there just yet. I heard that there's a TM for a rare weather-inducing move in the Otira Library. I had a look around, but I couldn't find it anywhere. What a shame. And we actually did get that. It was called New Moon, I think, or Dark Moon or something like that. It is New Moon. Yeah, just like the Twilight book. We didn't quite get the original. We got New Moon instead. And it looks like Mistake can learn it. But this only powers up Dark and Ghost type moves, and Mistake doesn't really have either of those, so it wouldn't really be too good of an attack on Mistake, I don't think. So we'll go ahead and avoid teaching that to her for now. As we head through a little bit of grass and no wild Pokemons for me today, you don't stand a chance against me. I'm a psychic. I can predict your every move. Well, I guess New Moon might have come in handy here against this psychic, or any ghost type move for that matter, on Mistake, because don't think we have any. Yep, we don't have any. I really do wish that Mistake had some kind of dark or ghost move, because it would make this battle a little bit easier. Holy moly, I've just realized we are pretty under level. This Grumpig on a random trainer is higher level than Mistake right now. And I'm pretty sure I say that on every episode of every playthrough that I'm under leveled. But I just for some reason don't like training up Pokemon. I guess it makes it a little bit easier now that we've got the speed up button, which I'm conveniently using right now just for demonstrations purposes and not because I don't want to deal with this Grumpig being asleep, but looks like Mistake also has an ability that raises special attacks. Yeah, at first I thought that was from like Psychic or something, but it's happened every single time we take down a Pokemon, so that must be what it comes from. But going back to that, yeah, I really do want to have some kind of Ghost or Dark type attack on Mistake. It would be pretty helpful, so we'll check our TMs in just a little bit. I was going to check my healing items, but I have completely disregarded the fact that I don't have any, so guess we're gonna have to switch out here against this Meowstic. Fedoro, I'm pretty sure, has Crunch, so should be able to take care of that. As you go for Imprison. Imprison! Do you see Fedoro? Do you see what's on his head? Does this look like a man that belongs in prison? No, he belongs in the internet cafe, slaying miladies and good sirs all day, every day. Getting the elo, if you know what I'm saying, or something like that. I don't know. Where does a fedora-wearing person dwell usually? Probably just in their room playing video games. Probably what I'm doing right now. As a matter of fact, it is exactly what I'm doing right now. But I should probably head back and heal up, or at least buy some healing items, but we just managed to avoid that trainer by going in the water, so we'll check out this house. Ever since Pika-Taxi became popular, nobody really has a need for the HMO2 anymore. I'd sell it to you, but I wouldn't blame you for not wanting to pay for it. You can just have it for free. Hey, we're so fly now, because that's what HMO2 is, and I guess we can still use it even though Pika-Taxi's around, so I'm gonna teach it to Blossom. Even though we're not probably, like, we don't really need to use it to fly around places, we can still use it as a damaging move. It takes up 2 turns, but it is way more powerful than Aerial Ace, which is the only other attack that she has right now. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of, you know what, forget Razor Wind actually. I'm gonna keep Aerial Ace because it might come in handy at some times. We're gonna get Fly though, because it does way more damage. And I was gonna check our TMs, Incinerate, Silver Wind, Frost Breath, Charge Beam. Yeah, we don't really have very many TMs right now, especially nothing that's Ghost or Dark type, so yep, I guess that was kind of a waste. I really did want something like that for Mistake. Anyway, let's check out this Snorlax. He's sleeping soundly, and as far as I know, we don't really have anything that can wake him up. Oh, we did get some new Mew abilities, so let me see. Can I try those out somehow? Can't use that here. Oh, whoops, that was the wrong one. Seed Flare, let's go, Shaman! Use your Seed Flare, wake up the Snorlax. Alright, that didn't actually work out. But yeah, you can actually use Mew whenever you want, and to turn into an Abyssal Cultist, and I guess not. So all we can do is Seed Flare, really? All we can do is... Alright, well that didn't wake up Snorlax, so that's about all I knew to try. Do you mind if we have a battle? My Pokemon need training, and you look like easy experience. Wow. Wow, this guy. This girl right here, actually. I didn't even realize which one you were, but I guess it's a girl. She actually just dissed us like that. Come on. You know what? This is what you're gonna get for calling me easy experience. You see this Ampharos here, guys? Do you see this Ampharos, which I totally thought would Mega Evolve, because I feel like we're at the point in the game where random Pokemon are gonna start Mega Evolving? Well, no, it's not going to, but it is gonna get a nice juicy fist of Mega Flygon Bug and Dragon Power. Bada bing, bada boom. Here comes the Drakon voice. I don't know how much damage it'll do actually, but I do know it's a special attack, so that Cotton Guard that you went for earlier, not your best attack there, buddy. Oh gosh, that actually did a lot of damage there. Power Gem, not a move that I usually see. I think like only a couple of Pokemon know that. I know that Vespiquen has that, so kind of cool to see that we just fought a Vespiquen and now we see someone with Power Gem, because I don't know, I usually at least think of Power Gem as an almost exclusively Vespiquen move. Okay, that did not kill us there. I thought it would. Why isn't this super effective? I swear, isn't Rock super effective on grass? Huh. I do not know my Pokemon type combinations at all, apparently. Something I should probably work on a little bit more. I'm working on it, though. I've been actually trying to do a little bit of competitive battling lately again, just because a lot of people have been catching on to the fact that I don't seem to know anything about this game. So I'm trying to brush up a little bit and, you know, just kind of remember my roots. Remember the things that I used to know that I kind of just forgot because I've been playing games that are relatively easy. But now that we're playing a little bit more challenging games, definitely got to step my game up. So we're in Miara Town now, and we've got a new character here. My favorite place in Torren. What a lovely, lovely town. It's peaceful, serene, and built over the shining sea. And of course, the Whirl Islands now rest just a route away. It's almost a shame, really. Perhaps when I flood the region, I'll leave this town for last. At last, the sea is awakening once more. It's time to bring its king his crown. Abyssal Cultist be cray because she wants to flood the whole city. It kind of sounds a little bit like Team Aqua there, but no, it's Abyssal Cultist. This reminds me of one of the towns in Zeta and Omicron, though, which I think was built upon lava. This one's just built on a lake, I guess. That blue lady gives me the willies. She doesn't seem very friendly. Oh, is she actually like a member of the town, or is she just an Abyssal Cultist meddling around? Miara Town was founded many years ago by sailors from the south. Our little town was the very first one in Torren. I think it's awesome that our great region had such humble beginnings. So you're telling me this was the very first town in Torren, built on a lake, or actually by the ocean, so I guess that kind of makes sense. Most towns in a new country are built at the shore because that way, you know, you can bring in people from other countries. They can sail in and trade with you. Makes sense. Here in Miara, we pride ourselves on our trading outposts. People from regions and countries all over the world gather here to trade Pokemon. It's definitely worth a visit if you're new in town. Is she talking about this building? Is this the trading outpost that we're looking for? Welcome to the museum. This is not it, but I'm gonna go in here anyway, because, you know, I totally have the money to spare. Oh my gosh, we actually do have the money to spare. Just kidding. I thought I didn't have, any money in this game. Turns out we do have quite some cash. We measure the age of fossils through something called carbon dating. Basically, certain elements will decay over time into other ones. We can measure the amount of the original element and the element that it decays into. Okay, lady, you're kind of boring me, but if you want to go on a carbon date with me, then I am totally down. I love exploring museums and learning about the past. I would love a Kabutops fossil or an Aerodactyl or maybe even a Helix fossil. That would be my preferred one. This particular Pokeball is ancient and is unlike any we've ever seen. Carbon dating, why does everybody want to carbon date us? I'm down for dates. I don't mind that part. I'm just saying, why does everybody here want to go out? I ordered these fossils from the gift shop, but they gave me more than I needed. Why don't you have one? Oh. Well, if you were ever wondering how to get Aerodactyl in this game, give me the easy button because that was easy. We just literally got it from some random dude in a museum. It's incredible that we actually have an object as rare as the blue orb in the museum. That is not something you should be keeping around in a museum, man. I just gotta say, is it back here? I'm sorry, but this blue orb was donated to us by an important sponsor. It's very valuable. Oh, well, Sounds good to me. This orb has quite the history. It powered Kyogre back in the days of the beginning of the universe. It was also involved in the Aqua-Hoenn conflict 50 years ago. Wait a second. This game takes 50 years in the future? Holy moly, it is. It was used by Archie to revert Kyogre into its final form. It was generously donated to us by someone who wishes to remain. Oh, no way. You know what I was about to say? The blue orb sounds like just the item that the Abyssal cult would want, you know, considering they worship Kyogre and all the Pokemon, the god of the ocean, I guess, kind of, not really. Hello, miss, I was just in a speech about this orb, perhaps you— Oh no, sorry, I'm only here for the relic. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I can't— Save it. Let's make this easy for both of us. I'm sure you know of the Abyssal cult. You mean the terrorists? Are you trying to intimidate me? Well, yes, actually, I'm kind of a murderer, so it'd be easier for both of us if you just moved. You don't even look like one of their members. That's because I'm not. I'm the leader. Oh. Uh-huh. So this dude's just gonna step right out of the way then, huh? No, we gotta put a stop to this, man. You tell me, what could the leader of the Abyssal cult possibly want with the artifact of Lugia? You must want it to summon— Wait, what? The blue orb is Kyogre's artifact, not Lugia's. Does she know something that we don't? Ah, here it is. A secret compartment. Clever. It's hard to believe the tidal bell was this easy to find. The tidal bell, but... Please, why would I want some cheap plastic ball when Lugia is resting underneath it? But that's the blue orb, the legendary artifact of Kyogre. You're absolutely right, but that's not the orb. A fake? How do you know? And how did you know the bell was there? The best place to hide something is in plain sight. You tell me, man. I have my glasses sitting on my head so many times and don't notice that they're there. So I guess that makes sense. Not really the same thing she's talking about though. But this cheap plastic ball here, I donated it. Why? So she could hide the bell, you buffoon. Are you serious? This lady is probably just as annoyed as I am. As the leader of the Abyssal cult, everyone assumes I'm after Kyogre. Naturally, people don't want me getting my hands on the blue orb. Having a copy that's in a guarded museum, well, what better way to make everyone think I don't already have it? Maybe I was completely wrong then. Why is she telling us our plan? Who knows? But we gotta learn the story somehow. And don't think I haven't noticed you there, Mose. You're the one that Mew chose. You want to stop me? Bring it. I'll be waiting. To the south of Miara lies the current location of the Whirl Islands. When you're ready to lose, just stop on by. Dang. Now that's how you make a threat, not like that wimp earlier. That is... I'm actually kind of threatened by that lady. She knew your name. Just who exactly are you? I need to report this incident to my superiors. Oh man, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Okay, so earlier when we saw her, I had no idea she was the Abyssal cult leader. That white-haired woman gives off bad vibes, you know? Her aura is all out of whack, man. See, we need to learn a little bit from that guy, because I am lacking in the, you know, the current up-to-date slang terms department. I can't keep up with the times, so maybe that guy should help me out a little bit. She's all out of whack, man. Apparently that's what the kids are saying nowadays, so maybe I'll say that this girl is out of whack, man. And this house is out of whack, man. But I'm gonna check it out anyway, because there's probably something cool in it. Oh, Delta species and shiny Pokemon up in the trade center. And Ultra Balls from a nice young lady. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Look at this beautiful nose pass. I'm gonna pass on you. Yeah, that's right. You said the right thing. It's crazy that I actually planned on using a nose pass back at the very beginning of this playthrough. It's been a while since then, hasn't it? Hopefully you can stay. A lot of tourists end up moving into this town. Yeah, considering there's an Abyssal cult leader running around, I don't think so. But this old lady's gonna give us some revives. Thank goodness we're just getting so many free items from these beautiful townspeople. It looks like this might be the trade center though, but we're gonna check that out in just a little bit, because over here we got this guy. If you squint past the storm clouds, you can see a group of islands to the southeast. Might sound crazy, but I swear they weren't there a few months ago. So, Whirl Islands, which are normally in... Wait, am I thinking of the right thing? Yeah, Whirl Islands are in Kanto, right? That's where usually you get Articuno. Oh, hey, a free Sunstone from a Sunflora. Okay, that's cool, I guess. I didn't really think we would get anything from a random Pokemon, but that's kind of like the Poochyena in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Like, there's a random Poochyena that gives you the... Not the Garchomp Stone. What is it? It gives you some kind of Mega Stone. I forgot which one, but like you'd never think to talk to a random NPC's Pokemon, because usually they just say their cry, but then that one Pokemon happens to have a thing on it. Wait, what is this girl talking about? My daddy's a super famous archaeologist? Yeah, I want to grow up to be just like him. I wonder if her dad's Jackie Chan. That's my favorite archaeologist, at least. But looks like Pika-Taxi is all the way down there. How do we get down to the lower levels of the town? I'm not sure. I'm going to check out the trading center for now, though, because there are apparently super duper rare Delta and shiny Pokemon here. Somebody here wants to trade a Delta species. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I want it. My Haunter? Your Vigoroth? No. Mostly because I don't have a Haunter, but oh no, I have nothing to trade. I'm just here for the fantastic culture exchange. Dude, it's just a bunch of people sitting around at tables. It is not that big a deal. Machoke for a Beedrill. Not a big fan. Tropius for a Vibrava. Well, I used to have one of those. I don't really have one anymore. Would you like to trade a Pokemon with me? I don't really want my Slugma anymore. I'll accept any Pokemon for it. Any Pokemon, huh? That sounds to me like it might be the Delta, and this looks to me like it's not a PC, so we're gonna come back. I probably have the rarest Pokemon in the building, a Delta Pokemon. It's a coughing, to be specific. If you want to trade it, I'll need something valuable in return. How about a pseudo-legendary, or at the very least, one of their pre-evolutions? Oh, Well, we do have Fracture. Could this be the second time that I trade Tusk away on accident? Except this time it wouldn't really be an accident. I don't know, but he does offer up a Delta Coughing, which I think is an electric type, but I don't know what its secondary typing is. So is that really worth it in the end, guys? Let me know. Should I actually trade for that Delta Coughing? I'm not too sure about it, but we'll definitely go get that Slugma. Who knows, man? It might be a shiny Slugma in the end of things. So we're gonna grab a random Pokemon here and see what she's got to offer, or what her Slugma, what's so special about it. Don't know if there actually even is anything special, but the only pseudo-legendary we've got that I can think of here is Tusk, because it evolves into Haxorus, which, wait, Haxorus isn't even a pseudo-legendary, is it? The pseudo-legendary of that generation is Hydreigon, or is it? Maybe they both are. I don't really know. They might both be. Anyway, what shall we trade away for, I kind of want to trade away, I don't know, man. All these Pokemon seem so cool. Kanye? Why the heck not? I want to be like Kanye. And trade for a Slugma, apparently. So we'll put Blossom away just for a little bit. It is one of our, or it is our fire type, so, you know, we're just going to be replacing a fire type for another fire type. Not that I'm going to be using this Slugma, but I just want to see if there's actually anything special about it or not. The only downside is it's going to be at level 1, but EXP share should make it pretty easy to level it up. And considering I haven't actually found where the heck to go down to the lower level, it's just a regular old Slugma. Okay, well, I guess Camelot, it's got a cool name at least. Came from Kathy. It's named Camelot. Doesn't have anything special by the looks of it. Got a pretty good ability though, or what's it called? Nature, not ability. Nature seems kind of normal, but anyway, we got Camelot, the Slugma, which, I mean, I don't know why I got it in the first place, but how the heck do I get down to the lower part of this city? I know we've got to surf to it somehow, but I haven't seen, like, stairs that lead downwards or anything, so what is going on? There's a cave somehow. Anybody want to explain how we... Wait a second. Do we just have to exit from the lower part of the museum? Is there an exit down here? Oh, there totally is an exit. Okay. Never mind. That's how we do it. What's up? Call me Pika-Taxi. I'm good though. I don't really need to have your services, man. They're pretty good services, but I'm okay for now. So that about does it for this town. Apparently the town doesn't think so because it wants to throw a Corsola at me. This is a very beautiful backdrop of the ocean and other things. I totally did not even heal up my Pokemon. And oh my gosh, did you guys see that? The entire town just kind of morphed along with us. That was pretty crazy. But anyway, the wild Pokemon in this area are actually very high level. As the town morphs with us once again, I'm actually gonna, this time, hopefully remember to do some training off screen because these Tentacruel I feel like would be really easy to take down with mistake anyway, so very easy way to train up. Though I could also just use the trainers in my secret base. I really do hope I remember to do it this time because, I don't know, people kind of bug me about it every time saying, dude, you gotta level up, you're so under-leveled, and I always seem to forget, so hopefully this time I can remember as we can't even one-shot this Tentacruel. Oh boy. That's not a good time. That is not a good way to end off this episode, but you know what? It's gonna be the end anyway. I really just wanted to get to this lady's berry farm thing. I own a small garden out in the ocean. Sure. See you guys in the next episode.